Hey, all right. Hey, everybody, RV Enthusiast here. Nice seeing you again. Hey, guess what I got right here? I have another box that I need to open. Another unboxing. Another e-bike. Don't know what color it is. Talked to these guys months ago. Last week he texted me, said, hey, it's on its way. I forgot all about it. Let's check in and let's see what it is. I don't know much about this bike. I was contacted by them, and I said, sure, send it over. Let's take a look. I do know a little bit about it. I did do a little research on it, and I'll tell you about that in a minute. This again is this is a 20 by 4 inch bike. It is a fat tire bike. And I don't know much about the specs on it. I just know it's a fat tire bike. Wow. The seat and the posts feel good. This is not tight on there. I'm going to have some tightening to do. Surprising how nice the seat feels. After I tell you guys about this, you'll understand. Hey, it has metal fenders. Maybe a little shocking once I show it to you and tell you a little bit about it. I think it's gray. All right, let's pull it out. Its packaging is not fantastic. I think the easiest way, is probably just to undo this. There we go, I got it up. And then we'll move this back into place. Okay, we're all locked into place. Again, guys, I don't know anything about this bike. I don't know anything about the company other than they reached out to me and said, hey, would you check out our bike? This has been maybe 6 weeks in coming, maybe longer. Lots of emails back and forth after they contacted me. And basically, I was going to give up on them. I was like, well, I have enough other things to do that, if you don't want to send me the bike, that's fine. I'll just move on to the next project. And then about 2 weeks later, they sent me a note. The guy that contacted me originally, he's the only one I talked to. He or she, I don't know, is all by email. And they said the bike is on its way. It took about 3 days to come out of California, and then FedEx did a good job. Probably one of the better jobs that FedEx has done. They said it would be here by 3:10 on a certain day, and it was here at 3:30. So that worked out really well. I didn't, FedEx, at least on this bike, had their stuff together. It looks very, very much like the Electric 2.0. Here's the difference. I looked this bike up on Amazon because you couldn't find any information when I started talking to them. Now they have this bike on Amazon in two colors, gray, which is what I have, and green. And I'm going to put this video out really soon. Probably I might interrupt it with interrupt some other video just to put this out there so you can take advantage of the deal. But remember, I have not tested it. I have not ridden it. I don't know anything about it. This bike is $7.99 on Amazon. And right now, as we sit here talking, there's a $350 rebate on this bike, which puts this bike at $450. At $450, it's a steal at this point. Again, it's not going to be rocket fast. It's not going to be it's not going to be a electric bike. It's not going to be a fast bike. This is probably 15 or 16 mile an hour bike. It seems built fairly decent. Again, metal fenders, tires. I'll have to look and see. I think they're off-brand. I don't think they're branded at all. Just sitting on the seat a little bit, it feels pretty good. I don't know anything about the display. I don't know much about the bike at all. This is a 6-speed SIS shifter, but it looks good for $450. All right, guys, I have my glasses on, so we're gonna come down here and start looking at these components, okay? Just a little bit, just to get an idea. 20 by 4 inch. This one, hey, first one I've ever really seen. It can go up to 30 pounds of pressure in the front tire. The tire is unbranded. There is no brand on it whatsoever. But it has mag wheels, so you don't have to worry about spokes on this. It does not have a quick release on the front. That does not bother me at all. It does have a suspension fork. I'm sure it's a sprung fork. The fenders are on, and they're on with a decent stay. The headlight looks okay. It's more of one of those projection style lights. It looks nice from the front. This is called a ONEBOT. The welds are pretty good. They're not dime welds, but they're okay. It's a good sticker. The locking mechanism's a 2-stage lock. You clip it in, and then you bring this over, and that locks it in. Plastic pedals, but they feel okay. They don't feel awful. Push to turn. Some of the easiest ones I've ever pushed and turned. And again, I'm not saying that's good or bad, guys. Chainstay has one-sided protection. There's no protection on the inside, but gosh, $450 or $500, guys. Even 7 at the top end. That's okay. Now we'll come down here. We're looking at the Shimano SIS system. Has a turning derailleur. And it is, let's count these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Definitely 6 speeds. Shimano freewheel. It does not come with a rack. It does not come with a tail light. Comes with a headlight though. JAK brakes. Never heard of them, but we'll test them. Looks like 160 millimeter rotors. They are knobbies, but they're not, they're not out there. They're not like real big, bold, stick out knobbies. They're knobbies. I don't think this tire is going to last maybe a year or 2, and you'll have to replace them, and then you can replace them with something you want. But, for $450, I would not expect a name branded tire. Got the seat, I gotta just tighten that. It says ONEBOT on it. We'll come up here to the hand grips. These are push-on hand grips. They feel okay. It's nice and rubbery compound, sticky real good. Then we're gonna come up over to the brake handle. It's called 5-star up here. Then this is what your cabling looks like. Here's what the front headlight looks like from the front. Like I said, it's a projection style headlight. Looks good. And there's your front wheel. And there's your front brake system. And like I said, it was JAK, I think, is the brakes. As for the display, seems like a pretty basic display, but as long as you got gears to shift and PAS levels to move, that's okay. I do like the quick release up here for that. And the battery is inside here, and the controller's back here. Okay. All right, so now we got the key in. So we did that. Now let's take the battery out. All right, there's the battery. Let's take it over to the tabletop and take a look. All right, guys, here's the battery. It's not real heavy. Let's see what it says about the battery. And what it says about this thing is, this is 48 volts. 7.8 amp hours, 374 watts. So it's a small battery, but if this is pushing a 350 watt hub motor, this should do okay. Again, not something we're going to get 30 miles out of, pedal or throttle only, but maybe we'll get something out of it. Let's charge this up and see where it takes us. We are raining, we are cold. But let's charge it up at least, and then we'll test it out tomorrow morning or something, at least a little bit. All right, we're going to take the controller out just to see what the controller says it is. So the reason I'm taking the controller out is I want to see what the controller says, because the pamphlet says it's a 36 volt, 7.8 amp battery. But the battery itself says it's a 48 volt, 7.8 amp battery. So I'm believing the battery. I'm believing the battery over the manual. This is a very small controller. The controller says it is a WK4815YS. 48 volts, 15 plus or minus 1 amp. So this is a 48 volt controller. All right. And it is for the T6F, according to this. All right. Now we will put it back in here. These are different plugs. So just a heads up, it's not a game changer or anything like that, but you get all this stuff up in here, pack it up in, then take this, put it back in, just the way it was, and then we just screw these back in and we're back. I would bet you can get a 20 amp controller to fit in there. That's all there is to it, guys. We just needed to see what it was. All right, guys. So we've got the battery charging. The bike, at least sitting on it, feels no different than any other bike. 20 by 4 fat tire bike. Again, the tube where the battery sits is much more like an Electric's 2.0. An electric style and some of the others versus an exposed battery like the Hay Bike and the Magicycle. The little display here, it's small, but for a bike, I'm going to test it before I even put this out though. I think at least I'm going to ride it and check power and stuff like that. But for a bike, for around a campfire, for a bike that you might go 5 miles out, 5 miles back, if this actually works well, this bike right now is $450. on Amazon. From $700 to $450. It's $799 minus $350 off at the making of this video. So the ONEBOT, it's called ONEBOT T6F. I'll let you know more. I'll probably take some of this out just because I'm telling you, just from the feel of it, as tall as the seat post was, it looks like this could handle a very tall rider, well over 6 foot, well at 6'8" or something. It's a very long seat post. But let's get that battery charged, put it back in, and see what this bike does. This is nothing but a size comparison to show you. It's not a mini bike. It's not a smaller bike. It's the same size bike, guys. That's all I'm showing you. It's the same size bike as any other. I can show you the all the other bikes, and they're the same size. Yeah, I got a couple things going on here. One is I want to ride the ONEBOT. Not the typical weather I typically ride in. But I just want to get this portion of this video done because I'm going to put it out this week, and this would not be a long ride no matter what, as soon as you see what I'm talking about. But I'm going to go down the block. I might go to the viaduct and go up the viaduct just to see if it can handle that kind of power. But let's get rolling on this thing. Oh, it's got a horn. You heard the horn. I did not know that. Let's go. Now, what you can see on the ground is snow. I'm probably going to voice over this. I do need to raise the seat a little more as it is too low for me. Okay. Oops. I'm used to a thumb throttle right there, and it's it's a horn. It's a horn right by the throttle. Very interesting. All right, I'm going 14 miles an hour, and I'm in first. All right, here's second. 17. 18. I don't know if I believe that. That seems pretty slow. And then here we are. This says I'm doing 22. I can tell you this must be miles per hour. There's the brakes. Brakes definitely need adjusting. But let's get going. Let's see if it can do this viaduct, and then we'll go back home. All right, moved it up. This is a 6-speed gearbox. I moved it up into 6th gear. And yeah, guys, snow. It snowed last night. When I started this video, it was actually snowing because I brought the garbage can in, and then I said, well, I'm gonna ride this bike, and I was like, oh, snow. It's early in the morning. I don't know if it's past, well, we'll look, but I don't think it's past 9 o'clock. Says I'm doing 24, 25. This has got to be set into kilomiles, or whatever, metric. This is not miles per hour. Yeah, I'm getting hit in the face with a little bit of sleet. So we'll have to change this to say miles per hour. That'll be a whole different video on this thing, because it's a whole new display, whole new system I'm not familiar with. The brake handles feel good, but the brakes right now certainly need adjusting. Now you got to remember, I haven't been on this bike. This is the very first ride. So yeah, we're going to cover the fingertips, guys. Yeah, all my gear, man, I must have misplaced it because I've been cleaning the garage. Now I got to find it. and I let people ride the bike, as you might have seen, and I lost the clip on my helmet. So now I got stuff to figure out. We're in kilometers, guys. So this is supposed to be a 15-mile-an-hour bike. I'll convert it, and I know I went 30 kilometers, and we'll average this and see what its top speed is. But I think its top speed is 25. It might be less, but we'll know. It doesn't have it doesn't bang off the start. Rides like any other bike though. The handlebars are narrower. I don't think that bothers me. Yeah, I'm doing 25 kilometers. Gosh, why can't I say why can't I say kilometers? Why do I say kilomiles? All right. So I'm not doing well, I'll do some of a no throttle test up here. 350 watts going up this hill, and we are going slowly, but it's doing it. So going up and over viaducts, if you live in a flat area, this bike can do it at about 15 kilometers an hour, and we will measure that. I will convert that for us when we get home. All right. So now I'm gonna get home. We're gonna give this a little bit more of a test here down my street and see what it does. So I am doing 25.7 pedaling. I'm not pedaling hard. I'm not ghost pedaling. Here, I'll pedal harder. Doesn't matter. I'm doing 25. So we're doing 22.8 on flat surface. Just dropped to 21.8, 21.2. I'm going slightly uphill right now. I'm gonna go down the cul-de-sac and back, and we will see what that does. Yeah, it could be nothing, but we're slightly uphill right now. So let's turn. Let's turn. Okay, on the cul-de-sac, 22.3. So I know this is the flattest surface I have. I just don't have it long enough to check top speeds on every bike because it's just not long enough. So I have to do the other route that has a slightly downhill. All right. All right, guys. So my thoughts. This is a $500 bike. No matter how you look at it, they have it on sale right now. Well, at Black Friday it was on sale for $450, $449. Now it's $499, I believe. I'm not sure, but I think Christmas sale will be something like that. And for $500, yeah, it's. I would. If I knew nothing about e-bikes and I said maybe we just don't have the money to get a real powerful e-bike or anything like that, this e-bike would do as a starter e-bike for you. It would definitely be a starter beginner e-bike. Oh, you heard all that wetness. It didn't happen before, so they're wet, guys. That's all. And they need adjusted. All right. And I've gone 2.1 clicks, so we'll see what that is too. Final thought: ONEBOT T6F, under $500. It's a bargain. It's a decent bike that'll get you where you need to go, and it's less than $500. It's not in comparison with all bikes above $1,000 at all, but for $500 and less, it's a steal.